no assessment yet of owners' willingness to sell. Proximity to slopes, but enough shelter from the ski lodge makes the location perfect for the elite brand. Elite brand?
Elite Resorts. I did a search as soon as I found it.
The
It's a privately held company.
I will make this very easy for you. Christmas at Holly Lodge, hit record and enjoy the show. That's all that needs to be said. But that said, let's take a moment to dip into the Allison Sweeney Fan Appreciation Society. So for those of you who are familiar with the Hallmark holiday movies, nothing more needs to be said. Allison Sweeney, she is one of the top listers out of all the common actors and actresses who appear in such movies. She brings really incredible talent, incredible presence. Her movies are overall guaranteed to be a good experience. For those of you who may not be as familiar with Allison Sweeney, I remember her as Sammy from Days of Our Lives back when I was watching in the 90s. I think she's still acting in that role. I don't know if she's still evil, but that's how I remember her, which makes her acting even more amazing because when I see her in all of these different Hallmark holiday movies, she embraces and comes across as a different character each time. And knowing that she was very evil back in the 90s on Days of Our Lives, I totally am absorbed into these different characters that she plays in Hallmark holiday movies. So again, tip of the hat to Miss Allison Sweeney. So let's look at Christmas at Holly Lodge. This is from 2017. Sophie runs Holly Lodge. There's a steady stream of regular patrons who visit the lodge every Christmas, but Sophie's behind on her mortgage payments. A development company has taken an interest in the land and they send Evan to study the property, but before he makes his true intentions known to Sophie, the two start falling for each other. So there are so many good performances in this movie, and the story is very well written. So I don't want to spoil too much, but I will call out two particular scenes. One of them is 17 minutes into the movie where, again, you could see them having a conversation, a private conversation, because everyone else, I guess, is sleeping in the lodge, but they're in the main lobby, if I'm correct. They have a nice conversation, and I made a note that it's like I'm sitting there with them. You can feel the energy, and it's wonderfully subtle, like a pot slowly building to a boil. So that's a key observation because many times in these holiday movies, they push it too hard, either the director or the actors, to really sell us on this relationship. But sometimes you just need to get it simmering and let it build up to that boil. So I like any movie that Allison Sweeney is in because she's an executive producer. She calls in the right talent, be it writers and director and whatnot, to create a film that has the patience to kind of let things build up organically, if you will, and not push things too prematurely. So again, this movie, I think, is just like any other Allison Sweeney movie, very enjoyable all the way through. And I made this other note that throughout this movie, you begin to observe that there are no theatrics. There's some conflict because these movies always require some kind of conflict. But what I liked was the honest reactions to these conflicts and tempered yet meaningful performances. You don't need to go into big acting. You can deliver subtle performances and they could still deliver a very impactful punch. No schmaltz, but all the warmth. So one other thing I wanted to mention about this movie is that I really enjoyed the supporting cast. Many times they have the supporting cast, which is an absolute service to the main characters to drive it forward, but they don't have much depth on their own. With this movie, I really enjoyed that. I think 4, 5, 6 of the characters, maybe 7 of the supporting characters, they all had their arcs, and they were very meaningful arcs that actually were fully independent of the main characters. So you really had a very fulsome experience, and that's why I really enjoyed Christmas at Holly Lodge. So given that I don't do points Point scores? I should, huh? No, we'll see. I will give this one, I will say either 8.5 or a 9. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It was just a great movie overall, but then I'm going to give her carte blanche for almost all of her movies. 8.5 all the way around. All right, Christmas at Holly Lodge. Go get him. Hit record now.
Oh my God.